Hello, Feed Me a Cat here. Welcome to another episode of Let's Play. I was a teenage Exocolonist. Okay, there's not much else I can do. You spend several hours a day obsessively checking local HoloNet for updates. With so many people in the colony, social media can be very dead. It feels like you're talking to yourself sometimes. You try to start a few conversations, but people are busy at work or at school. Oh well. Yeah. It's your birthday. You wake from nights of blissfully peaceful dreams. No nightmares, no premonitions, just a pleasant feeling of contentment. Stretch your arms over your head, blinking in the watery quiet sunlight that seeps through the porthole window. Things are always changing on third Tumblr, but you can't help but feel like things are changing for yourself too, not just your body but your mind, your emotions, your future. 14 is going to be your year. Your parents have been working around the clock since the last attack, trying to get the fields right again in time for this year's planting. Spark snow has already started falling, and every day they come home complaining about having to clear it. They ask you to ping them once you're awake so you can share birthday breakfast in your quarters instead of sitting shoulder to shoulder with everyone else during breakfast service in the canteen. You fire them a message and lie back in your bunk, watching dust motes float lazily in the light. After a minute, there's a knock at the door. It's antecedent. She sweeps into your room in a bustle of skirts and shawls and sits down beside you on your bunk. "Oh, look at you," she says. "Happy birthday, beautiful. 14 years old." She leans in and gives you a motherly kiss on the forehead. It's been years since you took care of you in the children's class, but the kids still call her auntie and think of her as a close relative. Her sweet baking bread smell is as comforting as it ever was. She sits back and takes one of your hands in both of hers. "Solana, ever since I held you in my arms as a baby, I knew you were so special, so important. You're becoming a young woman, but I want you to know I will always be here for you, just like your mom and dad," she says, firmly. Yeah, I don't like that much. I could be wrong, but I suspect most people when they say that, don't kind of actually like the fact that the person is being mushy. So, I'm gonna go for this one. "Thanks, antecedent." She smiles and tucks down a ruly lock of your hair behind your ear. "I guess you're old enough to call me Aunt Anne now, if you like, or even just Anne. Now, come on in here," Aunt Anne says, spreading her arms wide. "Give us a great big hug." You hug her, enveloping yourself in the warm and familiar softness of her. Over her shoulder, you see Anemone standing in the doorway. Well, her hair anyway. She's been growing it out and is now hiding it behind a corner. That's a thing. Anyway, she skips into your quarters. "Happy birthday, bud," she says, bouncing on your bunk. "Way to get older. Enjoy being 2 years older than me. For a few months. Thanks." "It's good you're both here," Anne says. "Now that you've both been menstruating for about a year." Anemone makes a face and mutters yuck, but Anne continues. "Yeah, I can see how she feels. You're both eligible for the cessation, the thingamabob implant, among other things. It'll prevent the bleeding and pain in the emotional roller coaster of your monthly cycle." I should have gone with having a male character. You know that I'm saying that male characters don't also have. Anyway. The bodies of both types of people can be kind of disgusting at times. Mum, Anemone hollers, gross, you have to tell everyone about my cycle. I just don't want to get pregnant, okay? Anne laughs. Well, yes, that is the among other things part, but I don't expect you two to be needing that for a few years, right? Anemone looks disgusted by the prospect, or maybe just by a moment talking about it. Yeah, I don't want to be... For starters, I don't think Anemone would agree to that. And for seconders, no, I really don't want to date an enemy. Thanks. Hey, gross, the room. Right, Anemone goes, this is always like this. You think this is bad? When I got my last period, she made me a cake with red glowy scent that says welcome to womanhood. Yeah. She always wise. It's bad enough I shot up overnight and got boobs and want to cry all the time. So let's go around telling everyone too. Your parents finally arrived, thank goodness. Still damp from the fields, drinking and the smell of crisp. Tiny snow on their clothes. Oh look, birthday visitors, your dad exclaims. Anne, are you staying for breakfast? Anne reaches into a bag and brings out a stack of tiffins. No thank you, but I brought your order with me from the kitchen as soon as I was stopping by. She pats your hand one more time. Happy birthday again, Solana. You'll always be my baby, even when you're all grown up. Your mum shakes her head as Anne and Anemone leave. Oh, Anne, she laughs, sentimental to the core. I am drinking coffee. Anyway, she starts laying out the cutlery for breakfast, but I don't know how the commune would manage without her and the children's crash, she says, and points finger at you. Family is more than the people that birthed you, so Solana, and don't you forget it. Okay. So, yes, I definitely like the new character designs. And this will happen one more time as well, I think. Oh, I think Cal looks cool, I have to say. And yeah, I still look like Deese's new look. Tangent has short hair. Yep. Okay, so I think we can now dare him to do something. I dare you too. You go up and bravely dare him to tell you what's the deal between him and his sister. What about her? These growls, digging the toe of his boot into the dirt. She's smart and perfect and everyone loves her. Right, personally, sometimes being brave means sitting in silence. Eventually, Dees crosses his arms and shrinks in on himself. When Tang got her genome therapy, all anyone wanted to talk about was how I shouldn't be so sad about losing my brother. Like, they had to tell me that, Dees says, huffing indignantly. I'm her twin. I knew she was a girl, 5 minutes after she did. She's always been my sister, he explains. She's always been who she is, but, that was the problem, Dee says. He picks at a loose thread of his sleeve. She's so mature, and I'm not. So she treats me more like a dumb little pet than her brother, telling me what to do and acting like she's so much smarter than me. He rubs his face. I mean, she is smarter than me. She's smarter than everyone, even the adults, but that doesn't mean she knows what's best for everyone. I really don't believe that actually Dees is immature. Dees lapses into silence. You wait a little longer to see if he wants to share any more, but Dees seems intent on just staring off into the wilderness again. Okay, fair enough. let's tutor children, because reasoning is still part of this, and I want to be able to do this on the next festival challenge, and it also increases empathy, which is something I don't have much of, so. Hey Solana, you made it. How claps it soundly on bat, and welcomes you to class. Soundly. Everyone, you know Solana, she's here to help you with your classwork, so don't be afraid to ask her if you're stuck on something. He turns to you. Thanks for helping out. Some kids are here because they need extra help, others because they work best with a partner. No judgment, there are lots of different ways to learn in this classroom. You set her in to help the younger students learn how to use their holopads to access the HoloNet, Congruence's massive database. Congruence is everything they could ever need. Music, movies, games, novels and comics, a calculator, a timer, an encyclopedia, textbooks, economy, social media, specialized tools for different jobs like archaeological holograms. It's a massively powerful tool. It's in their literal hands. They're mostly interested in the games. Some understand it less than others. Why do we got to read about stuff? Nougat whines, poking dejectedly at her screen. Skin around her newly implanted hollow palm looks a little red, like it keeps picking at it. I just want to go play. Okay, I can't do that. Alright, let's go with this. Here, let me show you something. You show Nougat how to look up videos about sports ball. This is totally enraptured, but see, I don't really see why I have to be the one who does everything. You know, I think someone else is probably going to notice that it's infected. You can't do everything in this game in one playthrough. It'd be nice to be friends with everyone and do everything that you can do. But I'm not going to do that. I have a specific thing that I want to happen. Whoa, see, exclaims. I can watch people play sports ball on my hand, anytime. Turbo! Yogus is 7 and full of energy. The other kids are able to settle down to work on their biology assignment, drawing pictures of the xenofauna that lives on Vertumna to put in a classroom diorama. But Nougat prefers a more creative approach. You look at her drawings. Nougat's animals all have extra wings or heads, robotic treads, laser turrets or top hats. Some aren't even close to the reference images. Yeah, but she could be a good artist. I mean, surely artists need to be good at having creativity. I'm going to encourage it. You praise Nougat's creativity. Yes, that hotplate does look better with a jetpack. I figure, you know, most animals would look better with a jetpack. So, Nougat is proud of herself and works diligently on her project. Yes, the class diorama does look a little eccentric when it's all complete, but at this age it's more important to keep a child encouraged to teach some academic skills. Nougat gives you a big hug when class is over. I hope you're my teacher all the time, Solana. Aha! Oh, okay, that's good. Now, I know at 14 that we can, it's not too late for us to connect with this person, this mysterious stranger. Let's have a quick look around. I was really hoping that we could get to go to new places, but Utopia is sorting through stuff the foragers have brought back, putting them into bins to either get analysed or taken straight to kisses. Hey sweets, she says, not even looking up. You head now. You and Dees take care of each other out there, okay? She sighs. I gotta get through all this this before today's end, she says. It'll take me all day. And yes, you're a Harwin to help me out. Sure. Utopia lays out an assortment of mushrooms. Alright, here's a simple one. Which of these flowers is poisonous? Mushrooms? You got this. You know what kind of mushrooms are served in the canteen. It's easy to pick them out of the assortment. Great work, sweets. Utopia exclaims, big smile on her face. You're a regular pig. Don't worry, that's a compliment. On Earth, they used to use pigs to sniff out buried mushrooms. Go out there and dig us up some, why don't you? First up what you're doing on Survey Team, but come back next month and I'll put you with the foragers, she says. You'll be in the Valley of Vertigo. It's one of the best places to forage for wild berries and other edibles. Ah, okay. So, I don't think there's much we can do with this, but I think that next month we'll be able to. So probably be in the next episode. This little gazebo is set up as a waiting area for the automated transporters which trundle back and forth between here and the colony. The sign reads, Autobus Depot, Prosaic Plains. Sparse vegetation marks this an ideal region for resource extraction. Blue snow is mildly acidic and may corrode equipment with prolonged exposure. Please rinse environmental suits upon return. Yes, that will do. How are you doing, mate? Okay, I guess not much is going on out here. I want to do one more of these, actually. You're headed off on... Although, actually, seeing her like this now, I don't mind how Tangent looks. You're headed off on lunch break when you see Mars and Tang sitting together in the engineering break room. Tang is eating a sandwich, also scoring a hollow palm with it, and Mars is half collapsed on the table, barely holding her head up on her hands as she pouts at Tang. Come on, she whines. You said we were going to hang out after lunch. Are you done eating yet? She might be done eating. I don't think she's done working. Tang takes a slow, deliberate bite of her sandwich and chews while making eye contact with Mars. It goes from funny to awkward to hilarious as Mars's face falls and she puts her head on the table and groans. Proper mastication is important for digestive health. Tang answers primly, a smile curling at the corner of her mouth. You can masticate in private. What are you reading, and how's it more important than me? Your best and only friend on the planet. Just something for work, Tang answers. It's really interesting. I didn't know Dr. Instance was so well published, even though she was only 25 when Strato left Earth. She's practically a prodigy, like me. She looks at her holo screen again. It's absolutely fascinating. We're so lucky to have such an accomplished researcher here on Vertumna. Yep, gonna read this. You take a seat at the table and sneak a look at Tang's screen. And catch a few words, recombinism to suit tropism, RNA, protein sheaths, intrinsic immunity, maybe something to do with viruses, front pits is possibly also fungi. Without further explanation, it's harder to tell. Tang looks at you and shuts off a hard, shooting you a cool look. Yeah. My biology isn't good enough for this. Ah, well. Don't look at me. I don't get it. Me neither, Mars says. I'm sure God didn't have to do all that egghead stuff. Sounds boring. TBH. Like, no one is making either of you read over my shoulder, Tang says, and takes another purposeful bite of her sandwich. You've been eating for like half an hour, Tang. Come on, Mars says, putting her hands down her face. Please, can we go do something fun before some poem-praising Xeno eats us? We're both too pretty to die of boredom. Yeah, I'll admit, actually, I do also quite like Mars's look here. Tang smiles. You think I'm pretty, Mars? She asks, seeming genuinely curious. Mars sets her hand on top of Tang's. The prettiest, she swears. However, a hand over her heart, even prettier than me. Well, I mean, I win looks, bum, but I think smart women get, like, extra points. Tang says, putting her hand on top of Mars's hand and leaning in to fix Mars with an unusually flirtatious expression. Yes, do tell me about my great beauty, she deadpans. It's all I live for. Mars laughs and tosses her hair over her shoulder. You tune them out in favour of eating your lunch before you're expected back in engineering. Okay, interesting. You're at lunch with your parents. Sliced soy cakes and watery broth again. Great, when they put down their cutlery and look at each other and you. Solana, your mum says, there's something we should tell you. We tried to shelter you from some things, but we think you should know why we've been working so hard on geoponics. There's a meeting after lunch, and I want you to come with us. Yeah, I still want to keep this to myself, so... Okay. Before your parents to the council room. Mars is also tagged along, and you take a seat near them as your mum and dad and stand to address the council. After Etiquette officially calls the meeting, suggests to your mum. I'm not going to mince words, your mum says firmly. All of our efforts to increase food production and geoponics have failed, and the destruction of fields during the last attack put the nail in our coffin. By the end of the year, the colony will run out of food. The rest of the council murmurs in concern. You and Mars exchange horrified looks. We've been doomsaying about our food supply for 2 years, Fu. Rat says. Do you mean to say we're past the point of no return? Your mother nods grimly. I'm afraid so. Even with arsenic, without securing a permanent food source, our supplies will run out by wet season. Suggests to Anne, whose face is grave. And I've gone over the supplies and come up with food plans with crunch numbers. Your mum sighs and spreads her hands. I'm sorry. Geoponics should have been producing better by now. We should have been able to wean ourselves off soy rations. During wormhole transit, when we lost our hydroponics and the whole breeds, she sighs again. I know I've said it so many times, but our crops just don't grow here. We needed those algae tanks. We needed the microbial soil from Earth. Yeah, it's not Mum's fault. It's not. The survival of a colony shouldn't rest on one person's shoulders. It's not fair. She's been working harder than anyone. She did everything she could. The council murmurs agreement. You decide that they probably never really blamed her or your dad. The only holdout is Mars, who crosses her hands and grumbles that it's clearly a problem with leadership. So what do we do now? Instance asks. Starving to death isn't an option. No, it isn't, your mum replies. We need to secure a food source this year before our rations run out. Working double shifts in geoponics, but it's not enough. We need more people planting, tending, turning the soil. We need more hands. I can pull back the surveyors and focus on foraging native plants, Utopia offers. Even the young'uns can help if they prove themselves around the survey equipment. I'll send out a hollow message later. This has been the burden of geoponics for too long, Edicott says. It's time we all step up. For a future. Council nods in agreement. Your stomach rumbles ominously. Okay, that is definitely time to end the episode. I will see you next time.